Hi everybody and welcome back to Redline. And today we've got a very special car up for review. It's a SEAT Leon Cupra 280 and this is particularly interesting to me because, well, a few months ago I realised that this car was on the SEAT Heritage fleet and I asked if it was available for us to review and I was told, yeah, we could take it. The reason I wanted this car is because, well, a few years ago I used to own one of these. I used to own a 280 with a Sub8 pack, just like this one. For some time now I've kind of been regretting my decision to get rid of it, and I thought, well, let's take it for a drive. Let's see what it's like. Is it as good to drive as I remember? So yeah, let's take it out on the road and see what this car's like. The Sub8 Performance Pack was introduced to celebrate the SEAT Leon Cupra 280's sub-8 minute lap time of the Nürburgring, and to offer customers a car to the same specification as the one driven by Jordi Gennet on that benchmark setting lap. It's also a little known fact that there were actually 3 levels of Sub8 Pack available. The first stage offered upgraded 370mm brake discs, Brembo 4-piston calipers and tweaks to the electronically controlled limited slip differential. It also came with visual upgrades including 19-inch alloy wheels and side skirts. Contrary to popular belief, the orange wheels, door mirrors and badge were part of a separate orange line pack. For the second stage, SEAT offered a set of sticky Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tyres, but stage 3 was arguably the most extreme because instead of adding to the package, SEAT saw fit to remove things that added needless weight. Dubbed the ultimate Sub8 Performance Pack, out went the climate control and air conditioning, rear air vents, centre armrest, and the speaker count was halved from 8 to 4. Before we get started, I just wanted to let you guys know that YouTube is actually a very small part of what we do here at Redline. We are mainly a print motoring magazine, and we've also got a fully interactive mobile phone app. I'll leave details for that in the description below the like button, so please do go check it out at your leisure. And if you like this video, please give it a like and make sure to subscribe to the channel. So yeah, let's get on with the video. Right then, the Cupra Leon 280 with the Sub8 pack. So just to give you guys a little bit of background, as you well know, this was the first front-wheel drive hatch to do a sub-8 minute lap time of the Nürburgring. The official time was 7 minutes 58.4 seconds. Now, much to SEAT's annoyance, literally within weeks, the Renault Megane Trophy R went out and smashed that lap time by about 4 seconds. So yeah, it didn't hold on to the title as fastest front-wheel drive hatch for very long, but nevertheless, this was the car to do it, first time in less than 8 minutes. So for that, this should be applauded. And you would be forgiven for thinking that a car that was made to go around the Nürburgring as quickly as possible might be a bit unforgiving on the public road. But well, that's certainly not the case. Like with any modern hot hatch, there are multiple driving modes available. So we have a selection of Comfort, Sport, Cupra and Individual. Individual allows you to set the car up to your personal preference. And at the moment we are in Comfort, and I must say, as just a general road car to drive around in, this is actually quite comfortable. But the one you really want to know about is Cupra. So let's go into that. Immediately there's more engine noise. Let's test it out. Oh yes, plenty of performance. So we've got a 2-litre 4-cylinder engine with outputs of 276 brake horsepower and 258 foot-pounds of torque. With this manual gearbox, 0 to 62 miles an hour happens in 5.8 seconds, and the car has a top speed of 155 miles an hour. Loads of mid-range performance, lots of boost, yeah, very entertaining and more than enough straight line speed for the public road. Another nice thing about the Cupra driving mode is that even though it's the most hardcore one, you would think it might be a little bit, you'd think the on-road compliance wouldn't be so great, particularly on a crappy British B road like this one. But no, it's very compliant. You can carry lots of speed. It's very confidence inspiring. We've got tons of grip with this Michelin Cup 2 tyre. The only thing I would say about the rubber is that you do have to get some heat into it before it starts working properly. Otherwise you literally get wheel spin the moment the turbo starts to boost. in this thing. But yeah, very entertaining. Dynamically as well, this car, man, it's so much fun. And you'd like to think so for a car that literally went round the Nürburgring in less than 8 minutes. So show it a corner, you can really trail brake in this car, and then you can get on the throttle nice and early, and the diff just pulls you clean round the corner. Also, these brakes, these 370mm brakes, loads of stopping performance, and when you're really up it, when you're really driving the car, lots of pedal feel, nice and progressive. The steering as well, so it's got a nice bit of weight to it, especially in Cupra, and it's really accurate. You always know where the front wheels are in this car. You always know what it's up to. It just pulls you clean round. Yeah, loads of fun, really, yeah, love it. Right, let's put it back into comfort, shut it up for a little bit, and talk about some of the things that, not that I don't necessarily like, but maybe some of the things that I would change, or just make sure that I was looking out for if I was going to go pick one of these up. So I did used to own one of these cars. I don't know if I've mentioned that already. And the difference between this and mine, first of all, I had the DSG gearbox. Now, usually I like to go for the manual because I like that extra layer of driver engagement. First of all, the DSG gearbox is really good in this car. The shifts are fast, and when you want the thing to just shut up and be a normal automatic gearbox, it also does that really well. The problem with the manual is that it's not the best manual gearbox out there. So the shift action's quite long, it's not the slickest gearbox, and the clutch isn't the smoothest either. And these are known for having clutch issues, these cars. So just bear that in mind before you go out and get one. I would go DSG personally. Next of all, the brake pedal. So as I demonstrated, when you're really driving the car, shall we say in a spirited manner, it works brilliantly. However, because they're large 370mm discs and it's a relatively small car, around town and doing all the low speed stuff, it is a little bit overkill. So the pedal's actually really sharp and there's quite a lot of bite at the top of the travel, so it does feel a little bit jerky sometimes. Apart from that, we are nitpicking a little bit, to be honest. Generally, really great car. I would, if I was going out and buying another one, I would look for a panoramic sunroof. My old one had that, and it was a really lovely feature. And also, you can get an upgraded sound system for these cars. It's called SEAT Sound, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a class-leading sound system, but it's better than the basic sound system in the car. So yeah, make sure you look out for that as well. And another thing, these seats, they're great, they're really comfortable, lovely Alcantara trim. However, there is an upgraded sport bucket seat as well, and they look fantastic. So definitely try and pick one of those up as well. To answer my original question, is this car as good to drive as I remember? In a nutshell, yes. In fact, driving this around for the last week has reminded me how much I've missed owning one of these. And I know what you're probably all thinking, well, Mark, if you loved the car that much, why did you get rid of it? Well, quite simply, I'd done something silly. I decided to be sensible for once in my life. At the time, I was getting a lot of press cars, pretty much back to back, week in, week out. And this was, or my one was literally sitting on the drive, doing nothing. And I was paying for it every single month. And it just made no sense to have the car sitting there, money coming clean out of my pocket, and for it to not be used. So I moved on from it. In hindsight, I wish I kept it, because trying to pick one up now in the spec that I had, Sub8 pack, orange line pack, with all the other optional extras on it, now really difficult to find those cars. So yes, probably shouldn't have gotten rid of it, but hey, what car enthusiast hasn't sold a car at some point that they've regretted getting rid of? So yes, I would actually fancy picking one up again at some point. I've really enjoyed my time with this car, and I really wouldn't mind getting back into one. So to summarise, still a fantastic hot hatchback, lots of pedigree. For me personally, I've driven a lot of really fantastic hot hatches now over the last few years, and this is up there. This is in the pantheon of great hot hatchbacks as far as I'm concerned, especially being the first to go around the ring in less than 8 minutes. This is a really, really special bit of kit. And you can find a decent Cupra Leon 280 for 15, 16 grand, so they're not extraordinarily expensive either. Plenty of them on Auto Trader, but I would recommend holding out for a good low mileage example with the Sub8 pack and all the other bits, because then you get the complete package. But yeah, really awesome thing. I've loved my time with it, and yeah, thanks for watching.